Hey, it's Darrell Mosley at Arizona State University, and I got next.
You next up and you ain't been on SportsLifeTalk. Like, what are you doing? Hey, you better hit him up. Look, you breaking next and you up next. Kings and queens go hard. Rise and star on the big scene. Make them know who you are. You don't break a sweat. Don't settle for less. They put you through that test. Your resume that flex. Who got next? Who got next? SLT, ready, set, go. Who got next? Who got next? Living my dreams and all your goals. Who got next? Who got next? You can ask B. Jones or head coach. Who got next? Who got next? You next up, so here's my vote.
Yeah, SLT Nation. Welcome back to another fire episode of Sports Life Talks. You got next, a platform that gives exposure to the voices of tomorrow. That's right. We are talking to the biggest and brightest rising stars in our community who are doing amazing things and accomplishing big dreams. And we head now west today. That's right. We are going to Arizona State. We're talking to the women's assistant basketball coach. Darrell Mosley is in the building. Sun Devils represent Chester, PA. Y'all represent one of your sons. Darrell Mosley, welcome to the show. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me. That's a dope intro y'all got too. I like that.
Hey, coach, you super dope. Now, I don't know. I get that football feel from you, coach. I would have thought you was a football coach. You got that. You look like the football coach, but I can tell you walk in the room, they know you a coach, don't they, coach?
Oh, absolutely.
All right, well, we gonna tell them about your story, coach, and why we thought this was worth bringing it over to our family. Welcome to the show. If this is your first time joining our platform, I am your host, the mouth of the South, B. Jones, the Louisiana animal, Mr. Yeet himself. I'm rocking alongside my brother from another mother, my partner in crime. That's right, the head coach, KT. Kevin, I choked up a little bit saying it, but because this man is a guru, you know. But you're the head coach of the show, so you know what? You're the head coach.
Hey, thank you, man. I really appreciate you giving my props, man. Thank you.
You're welcome, man. How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. I'm be even better after this show. I'm turning up after this show, man. So let's go.
Ain't nobody want to watch them Cowboys play. See, if y'all been rocking with us, y'all know, oh my goodness. All right, well, listen, if this is your first time joining our show, welcome again. We appreciate you watching. We know there's a million other shows. Everybody in COVID decided to pick up a microphone, but they don't do it like we do it. You heard me? But we need y'all to show us a little love to help us to keep going and growing the show. On the count of three at Sports Life Talk Tradition, we need y'all to do two small things. Small things. Free 99 won't cost you a penny. We need you to smash that subscribe button, and then we need you to hit that like button so this thing can start getting some views and sent out to some people who may not be following us. You all it takes is for you to do that, and this thing is gonna go boom. You heard me? All right, on the count of three in unison, Sports Life Talk. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Boom. Welcome to the family. Kevin, that is my favorite part of the show because now we got some new family members. Kevin and I, we don't do fans. We don't do followers. We do family members, and now you're officially part of our family. And we're going to give you front row seats, all access, backstage passes to over 250 stories. And we talking about Olympians, head coaches, assistant coaches, football, NFLers, basketball. I mean, this thing is it's bananas. It's bananas. And now you in here like swimwear. But you didn't come here to hear me talk about the past. You're here for me to talk about the future. And we got him, ladies and gentlemen. We got him. 12 years in the game. Let's tell him your story. Darrell Mosley, are you ready for the Sports Life Talk initiation?
I'm ready.
All right, coach, to initiate you into the SLT family, you got to give us your top 5 music artists.
Top 5. Got to start with the GOAT, J-Z. J-Z is definitely number 1. Drake, Fab, Lil Wayne, and I've been rocking with Lil Baby lately.
Hey, you said Lil Wayne, though, Kevin. That's Louisiana right there.
Lil Wayne, yep. Lil Wayne was my guy in my playing days.
Yeah, well, B. Jones, you already know what we giving him, right?
We giving him 5 mics, man.
You got to give him 5 mics. Right, go ahead and give it to him.
There it is. Add them up.
There it is.
All right. So give us some of your favorite sports teams.
Sports teams. I kind of fell out of NBA with all the bandwagon and guys, kind of teaming up, So I've been more of a just watching college, but I'm a Dookie, on the men's side. I'm a Sun Devil on the women's side now. But NFL, I'm a San Francisco 49ers.
They look good. Boy, that whole situation just worked out for y'all, didn't it?
Yeah.
Goodness.
One man down, the next man up. And, they should have been with him, though. They should have rolled with the quarterback already.
And then he took less money to stay, and now he's starting. Ain't that something?
They got the pain now. They got the pain.
Well, somebody going to pay him. They're going to let him go because Trey will be back. All right, so who is your favorite superhero and why?
Superhero. I got to go with Superman. He just
original, classic.
Always there when you need him, And then just dope to fly, be able to fly.
I know.
Superman got the most talents out of everybody, though. It's kind of unfair how much stuff he can do. But I will say that Superman has the biggest weakness, though.
Yeah.
It's a certain vulnerability, and everybody knows vulnerability too. So that's.
But then once again, B. Jones, I got to talk about the people of Metropolis, how dumb they are because this dude takes his glasses off. And then you didn't become Superman. Y'all can't. Yeah, okay. So whatever. All right. So for this question, you're going to be the black version of Superman. You're going to be Calvin Ellis. So since every good superhero needs their own theme music, what would your theme song be, Calvin?
It got to be Drake. Something from Drake. I just like that line. Was it Headlines?
Yep.
Somebody told me I fell off. Ooh, I needed that. That's my line right there. That's my punchline right there. Every time it come on, I run it back and crank that part up, and it's kind of like keep me motivated. Like you
needed that, huh, Coach?
You can't never stay comfortable. You just want to be grinding always. So somebody told me I fell off. Okay, I got something for you.
Okay, so SLT Nation, welcome our newest play cousin to the family. So B. Jones, go ahead and take it away, man.
Hey, welcome to the family, Coach Mosley. Hey, I like that. I needed that too. We needed to get you on this show so we can tell everybody about your amazing story here. Chester, Pennsylvania. I don't know a lot about Chester, PA, man. So you got to put us on game. What was it like growing up for you, Coach Mosley?
Whew. I mean, if you don't know about Chester, it's a rough place. It's a rough city.
Really?
Man, yeah. It's right outside of Philadelphia. It's a small town, probably maybe 6 miles long. And we breed ball players. Though. We have one high school, and you got to be the best in your city to even make the team. So
wow.
We were nationally ranked, during my senior year, but we were loaded with talent. We probably had 8 guys on our team that went and played Division I ball. But just to be able to make it out of the city, was a lot of violence, a lot of drugs, and you just kind of to be blessed to come from a great home with great parents, and you just chose the right path to make it out. But I'm always going to rep Chester, PA, because it shows that guys can make it out of Chester. You just stay committed to your craft. Go to school, get your education, and just don't fall victim to people around you, or just people that's going to steer you in the wrong direction.
That sounds kind of like where I come from, so I know all about that, Coach. I know all about that. Well, you talked about being elite, right? You talked about you had to be that man in order to get some run. Now you look like an athlete, right? I made the joke earlier, you like a football coach, but tell us, because you don't want to be a football coach for A-State right now. But tell us, tell us a little bit about your athletic journey, Coach.
Man, it was rough, because like I said, I came from, a high school where we had about 8-9 guys that could play Division I. And, on the AAU circuit, I was a scorer. I can get you a bucket. I'm averaging 25, 30 a game and on the AAU circuit. But then you come to high school, you got everybody's good. And so it was kind of like, I had a situation where I was at a different school, a charter school, my junior year, and it ended up closing down. And so it was kind of like going into my senior year. It was like you got two options: go to your hometown powerhouse or go to an American Christian, where they had Tyreke Evans, who played in the league. We're from the same city. And so I chose to go to Chester High, and it was kind of like the roster was kind of already set. The lineup was already set. So it was kind of like, if you want to play, like, how can I find my niche to get on the floor? And so I tapped into defense. So I was a competitor. Like, nobody was going to score on me. Nobody was going to get the ball across half court. And it was big games. I had to step up and kind of, shut the opponent's teams down or their best player down just to even stay in games. And so that's kind of where I got my niche, to just be that elite defender, because, I don't need to score. I got a high level scoring team. And so that kind of just kept me at that underdog mentality, my whole career, which led to, me going to Delaware State. I had an offer from St. Peter's first. St. Peter's, killed it this year, and now a lot of people understand.
Yeah, they know about St. Peter's. Yeah.
But when I was coming out of high school, it was like, who's St. Peter's?
Right.
Who's St. Peter's? And so that was my first offer. And then, like I said, I went to Las Vegas and played in, some big time tournaments, and I came home probably 7-8 offers from that tournament. And so I ended up choosing Delaware State, and one, it was close to home, but they sent me their schedule, and it was just like, you open it up with Pitt, you open it up, you got Wisconsin next, you got, Duke, you got Baylor, you got Purdue, Arizona State. And so it's just like, as a kid, you watch all these teams on ESPN. So it was like, I'm comparing the St. Peter's schedule to Delaware State schedule. And of course, at the time, I didn't know, like, especially at HBCUs, you got to play these money games to raise money for the university. But I'm just looking at it as I got a chance to compete against high-level nationally ranked programs. And so, I ended up going to Delaware State. We had 7 seniors when I was coming as a freshman. So I thought that was pivotal for me as well, to come learn from the veterans. And then by my sophomore year, kind of, take over the reins.
Yep.
And of course, things didn't, go as planned, and I went there, played behind, 7 seniors, and I was ready to take over the program sophomore year. And then, of course, you don't know the politics of recruiting and relationships to some of the seniors. And, they brought in brothers and cousins to people that was already on the team. So it was kind of like, I'm a competitor. I'm still going to compete every day. But, sometimes you put all the work in and you feel like you're, worthy of a position, and, it just didn't get handed to me. So, I stayed my sophomore year, and I was kind of unhappy with just playing time and a system. And so it was just kind of like, after praying about it, talking and meeting with the family, it was just like, I want to go somewhere and have a bigger role my last 2 years and more playing time. And so at that time, we didn't have a portal, which I wish we did at the time, because Division I transferring to another Division I, you had to sit for a full year.
That's right.
And so it was kind of like, I barely played my last 2 years. I want to go somewhere and play right away. And so I did have some Division I schools that wanted me to come, but I was just like, I barely played. I'm not trying to sit for a full year. I decided to transfer down a level to the Division II Lincoln University. Reason being, my sister was, just committed to go to Lincoln, my younger sister. So it was kind of like, I already know the coach there. It's a one-stop shop for my family. They can come see my sister and myself play at the same time. So I chose Lincoln, and then just like another hurdle hit me after I decided to transfer to Lincoln. Lincoln was just coming into the ncaaW conference, but at the time it was just like, you didn't see the writing on the wall that, they had to serve a 2-year provisional probation before becoming full-fledged members of the ncaaW conference. So it was just like, I commit there, I'm there. And now for the next 2 years, my 2 seasons don't mean anything. It's just kind of like I'm playing intramurals for 2 years because we can't compete for championships or playoffs or national titles. So that's kind of when I honed into, like, my junior year. It was just like, all right, maybe basketball is not for me as a player, but I kind of locked into, skill development training. And I'm a junior in college, and I'm already training and kind of motivating guys that I could see the potential to, make it overseas or make it to the league. And that's kind of when the coaching side kicked in my junior year of college, and I knew that, this was my calling to kind of motivate, mentor, keep guys in the gym, and that ended up being my passion.
It's something how you like bad thing. It's kind of like the superhero in you, right, Coach? Something bad happened, but it turns you into who you are. Because absolutely. I mean, let's just keep it real. Arizona State is a prestigious university. It's a Power 5. It plays against some of the best people. So your road has been a little bit choppy. It's been a little bit bumpy, but you're there now, right? So now you're in the front stage. So how did you get the opportunity to get to A-State? What was that whole process like?
Well, it came from just me getting into the business. Like I said, my junior year, I kind of, started leading and motivating and pushing guys. And I still was a player, but I walked into being able to be a, starting point guard and team captain. And so my coach at the time would always say, I could see you being a coach one day. You just got a leadership and you run in practices, you run in the stretches. And I was also that guy that kind of, kept the team out of trouble and will be that voice of reason. Like, guys, come on, we got practice in the morning. We got a game tomorrow. We shouldn't be hanging out that late. But, with us not having nothing to play for, it kind of it destroyed our team because it was just like, we're going to turn up anyway. We're going to party. We're going to chase the girls. We ain't playing for anything. And so, after I got done playing, transferring from Dell State to Lincoln, I lost 9 credits. And so I kind of had to come back to school for an additional semester to make up those 9 credits. And so after my senior year, our college coach got let go. And so I had to come back to school, and they're still in the process of looking for a coach throughout the summer. And so school had already started in August, and it was just like, we're without a coach. And I'm just like, you know what, let's hit the track. So I'm basically talking to the players, like, let's go on the track, let's get in the gym. And I'm basically running workouts as basically, a 5th-year grad assistant, but without the title. And so they end up hiring a coach. Guy was named John Hill from North Carolina. I didn't know him from a can of paint, So I went by the office, introduced myself. How you doing, Darrell Mosley? Just graduated. Well, just finished playing last year. I'm graduating in December, and this is, something I want to do. I want to get into coaching. And he looked me in my face. I appreciate you coming by, young man. But, in this business, it's big on loyalty and trust. And I want to bring my own staff with me. So I'm going to be hiring a couple people to join me. But I appreciate you coming by. But, I'm going to bring my own staff. And so it was just like a major letdown at the time. And it was just like, wow. And so I'm walking back to my dorm room like, man, he just shot me down. And, maybe this is not my calling for me here. It's going to be elsewhere. So I'm just focused on finishing up my degree and trying to get my foot in the door somewhere else. And so I get back to my dorm room. One of the guys on the team was like, what time we going tomorrow for workouts? And I'm looking at my phone like, the new coach just shot me down. He don't want me around. So I could have easily said, the coach don't want me here. But I said, you know what? I've been already working these guys out. And so me responding to this text message changed my career, changed my life.
Wow.
I told him, I'll be in the gym same time tomorrow, 1 o'clock. And, I showed up the next day, and it was just by the grace of God. The AD was walking around with the new coach doing a campus tour, and they finished up in the gym. And, I'm going through my workout. And I said, all right, quick water break. And I look back, I see the AD and the head coach sitting in the crowd, like in the bleachers. And I'm like, whoa, they're watching. And so I'm like, come on, let's go, pick it up. I got a little bit more intense and finished the workout. And I grabbed my stuff and I'm heading out the gym. And the head coach was like, hey, young man. And he called me over here. Let's do lunch tomorrow. Went to lunch the next day. And he said, you know what? After all, he said, for you to still show up today after me telling you yesterday that I was going to bring my own staff shows that you're passionate about this and your commitment to this is phenomenal. And he went ahead and brought me on as like a student assistant. And the assistant coach kind of was already at the university serving as like intramural coordinator and assistant. So he kind of was still on staff from the previous coach. And he applied for the head job. So they were kind of bumping heads because he wanted the job. He didn't get it.
Right.
And so couple months in, I'm working, I'm doing little end jobs, driving to campus, just trying to make ends meet. And so I had a part-time job. And so I got my mom's car. I meet him at the game and I'm running the locker room, throw my suit on, and the team was already warming up. And I walk out and I'm like, coach, I don't want to say his name, but where's the assistant coach? And so we sit down for starting lineups. The head coach is sitting down. The second seat is empty, and it's me. So I said, Coach, where's Coach at? He said, he's done. I had to get rid of him. And I was like, oh, wow. And I just kindly slid over one seat. And it was just like, hey, he's not here no more. So, and he kind of met with me after the game, was like, I'm counting on you this year. And a lot of stuff kind of just got thrown in my lap. I was just kind of doing study hall and skill work. Now I'm doing travel itineraries, hotels, meals, scouting, watching a ton of film. And it just made me grow up in the business much quicker. And so we went on and had, 5 successful seasons and end up winning the conference title, conference regular season title. We actually hold the record to this day for most wins on the Division II side, on the men's side. And so after 5 strong years, the women's players were kind of paying attention to me. And their coach had just left after having some success to go Division I. And one day I'm just sitting in my office, 4 players came knocking on my door and was kind of like, Coach Mosley, can we talk to you? And I'm like, what's going on? Well, we have an opening and we kind of see how you kind of, you put the work in with your players. You didn't have all conference players. You didn't have all rookie team players. You just build that relationship with them on the court. And we're kind of looking for that in a coach. And I'm just like, okay, did you guys express that with the athletic director? No, we're expressing it with you because we want you to be our coach. And I'm like, oh, wow. And I didn't think about it, or even put my name in the hat for the job. But it was kind of like, the players are at my door asking me to be their coach. I said, it's not that easy, ladies. It's not like the Boys and Girls Club where I could say, all right, I'm
right.
Yeah. I gotta apply for the job. It's like, we know we want you to apply for the job. I said, okay, I'll sleep on it and I'll pray about it. And so I went next door to talk to my boss. He was kind of like, oh, wow, I would hate to lose you, but, it's a great opportunity for you. And I said, all right, well, I'm going to go home, talk to the family. Went home, talked to the family. They prayed about it. And they was just like, worst thing they could say is no. Go ahead, put your name.
That's right. Yeah.
And so I applied for the job. It's 170 applicants. I'm like, I have no chance in hell to get this job. But, it is what it is. And so it was funny because I'm like showing up with a suit to the job I'm already at Lincoln.
Right.
I'm applying for a job. I'm going through the interview process. And it took almost about 2.5 months. So I'm just like, they might have narrowed it down. They already got their pick. And then the AD called one day and I'm like leaving men's practice. And I get the call, say, come to my office. And he named me head coach. And I was just like, wow, And I kind of felt bad for the men's head coach because it was like a late hire. So now he has to go and try to find somebody. But it was just like, oh, I got a big responsibility now. And so was named head coach and had to hit the ground running. And then, didn't get a chance to recruit that first year. So I had 5 returning players. I had to do a walk-on campus, bring on 7 walk-ons. And we had a phenomenal, first year. My first victory as a head coach was against a nationally ranked Westchester University. They were number 24 in the country. And we finished 3rd in the conference my first year, and then went on and had, much success after, 6 years. My 5th year, I was named Coach of the Year. We were nationally ranked in the country. I have Player of the Year, and we were regionally ranked as well. And so I got my program to where we would start playing Division I schools. So we beat 3 Division I opponents during my tenure as head coach. And now I start playing, big time money games. We're playing Maryland, we're playing Syracuse, we're playing St. Joe's, George.
Wow.
It's like, we're kind of dominating at the Division II level, but we need more exposure. We need to be able to raise money because we wasn't fully funded program for scholarships. So I'm just like, I got to raise money to give these guys, better sneakers, better attire, better equipment, winter jackets. If I could take care of my team that way, it kind of alleviates the balance in their budget for scholarships. And so that was my approach. That was my philosophy, to be able to kind of, take care of them that way. But, after coming off that, historical season, I got a bomb squad coming in. I'm just like, all right, let's get it going. This is it. And we start the season out, play 6 games, and then that's when COVID happened, and they canceled the Division II season. And I was just like, all right. And so I'm home watching a bunch of Division I's play, and, we're sitting at home just, they sent everybody home from campus. And so it was just coming off of being coach of the year, nationally ranked player of the year, and then I'm sitting at home. So it's just like, wow, this is not the year I was expecting to have after coming off a big year. And so I thought, my phone wasn't going to be ringing, but, after that Division I season, I had a ton of, calls coming to interview for head jobs, Division I, assistant jobs, Division I. And it was kind of like, we're still in COVID. I can't get caught going back and COVID happens again, or they cancel the season again, and I'm stuck basically 2 seasons without playing. So I had some tough decisions to make. And I ended up deciding to go to the University of Delaware with Coach A. And, I kind of talked my team like, look, this is one of my dreams to go Division I. I want you guys to stay locked in, stay together. I talked my team into staying at Lincoln. They went on and won the ncaaW title that same very next year. And so now I'm assistant at Delaware, and I'm like, oh, man, I put the team together and they won this thing, And so it's kind of like a full circle moment because we ended up winning the title at Delaware the same year. And so it's just kind of like, God is good. Full circle. I left a situation in good hands. They stuck together. They won the title. I get to Delaware. We win the title. Went to the ncaaW tournament, played Maryland. And so my boss, Coach A, is coming off of 2 back-to-back phenomenal seasons. And so as soon as she wins the title, her phone is blowing up off the hook now. And she had, many schools calling. But once she visited out here to Arizona State, she fell in love with it. And was kind of like, you did a phenomenal job for me at Delaware. You want to come to Arizona State with me. And I said, when is the first flight?
You ain't lying. Hey, but that's kind of indicative, right? Because that's something that you were told no in the beginning. You pushed through it. It kind of helped you out, right? Because remember the first conversation was, I got to bring in the people I trust and know. And so that's one of the reasons why you got that opportunity at Arizona State, man. That was Kevin, that story kind of gave me goosebumps, dog.
No, I was like, hey. That's why I love this show, this platform, man. The stories that we hear.
I just gotta shut up and listen on that one.
Yeah.
Hey, but
I gotta start writing my book.
When you do the biopic, when you do the biopic, man, we got to tell. Hey, I got to watch that one. So Coach, Kevin and I, especially Kevin, hats off to my guy. He's a super big fan of women's basketball. He brought me along with him. I thank him for it every day. We went to WNBA games, college games, and the women's game is amazing. It doesn't get a fraction of the love and attention it deserves. But with that, my question to you is, I think there's a certain level of responsibility for us men, right? To help bring this game along. What do you feel your responsibility is in the women's game? Being such a successful person and a proponent of the game, where do you see your responsibility and your part, and how do you wake up every day and address that and move forward, knowing that what you got to do and how you can help impact this game?
One is just listening, to their needs and what their wants are. And especially, I always had a great relationship with my players, and they'll come and they'll open up. That's one thing about the female athletes, and it kind of helps you adapt as a head coach, because when you listen, make sure you have that listening ear and caring, and show them that you care as a coach, because they'll open up to you. And once they do, you just got to show that you have their back, but most importantly for me being a coach and just on the women's side, we just got to do a better job just promoting and broadcasting, some of these games and sports that we have going on, because, the game is growing, the attention span is definitely getting there. But it starts with just, social media, some of the networks is just taking some of these WNBA games and putting them on mainstream, ESPN and ABC and CBS and all these big time networks. Cause it's just like, sometimes I turn the game and it's like cricket or, nothing against soccer or something, but it's just like, we rather see a WNBA game and then, some soccer or some cricket or some swimming, so it just, you got to do a better job promoting and broadcasting these sports. But I really start with, I think it's going to take somebody from the NBA and God rest his soul for Kobe Bryant. I feel like he was the one that was going to kind of crack into just being that forefront. He was at a lot of WNBA games. his daughter played. And so just that visibility with him being at the WNBA games, I think he was going to pull a lot of NBA guys where they kind of would start some contractual stuff with the NBA. And so, man, I just really would have loved for that to happen. With Kobe Bean just taking the full front on the WNBA market and just pulling up the NBA guys. And I just felt like it's just so much money in the NBA that I don't know why they couldn't put more resources into the WNBA. But
Coach, we're going to talk about that one.
Yeah,
we talk about this all the time, man.
Man, I just don't see these guys getting $250 million contracts, and it's just like, one guy is making more than the whole WNBA.
Think about that.
The mascot is making more than the players. A mascot in the NBA is making more than Diana Taurasi.
It's ridiculous.
That's crazy.
And it hits a little different for me because I was a head coach coaching women, and you can see in hindsight, just from just the resources provided or the equipment or just the way of travel. And I'm just like, wow, they roll a red carpet off of football and men's basketball, but I asked for a certain thing, and it's just like, nah, coach, we can't do it or we don't have it. And it was just like, I feel for these women's athletes, and especially with the pictures and videos you see from the Final Four and the weight room and the mills, man, it's very disturbing. And so it definitely it's time for a change. And, I'm all about equality. And if you're good, you should be able to make as much money. And I'm happy for Dawn. Dawn Staley is breaking the barrier, and she's getting paid. And it's several other coaches should be coming behind her. But if you're good and you know the job, I don't see why women can't coach in the NBA, and they're breaking the barrier with the NFL.
Doubt.
If you're good, you study the game, you put in the work in, you should be provided that opportunity.
Well, Coach, this is my last question, and we're going to have a little bit of fun to close this thing out. But like you kind of laid back. You're chilling right now. I can tell you don't get rattled. But I gotta know, like, what is it like playing for Coach Mosley? Like, if a kid watching this right now and they want to come be a part of Arizona State or wherever you go, wherever the future leads you, but what can they expect to be coach out of Coach Darrell Mosley?
I'm intense. I'm intense.
I was trying to be polite about it, but that's it. Yeah. It feels very. It feels very intense. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I'm intense, but it's from a loving standpoint. I'm going to be, I'm pushing. I'm going to push you. I'm going to hold you accountable. But that's kind of where I build my relationship with my players is on the court, in the skill development, where you have that, hour workout and you can sit and talk and just kind of, share my experiences, and they kind of share their experiences and what they want to accomplish. And so, it's my goal to hear them out so I can help them chase their dreams and push them to, reach their accomplishment. But I'm also fun. I'm a fun coach. And like once you have that rapport, of course, let's take care of business first. But, I'm the one behind the camera on TikToks with the team and having fun.
Yeah, getting your dance on. Yeah, we see you out the group, Coach.
So, yeah.
He said he's behind the camera. He don't want to film it.
I'm in the TikToks. Man. They got me in the TikToks.
I've seen it, B-Joe. I've seen it.
They got me in the TikToks now. And so, yeah, just working on, just learning all these dance moves, being able to keep up, with this generation, but it's been fun. And so, definitely, here we take pride in defending, and like I said, I was a defender in high school, and we want to defend, rebound, run, and score in that order. And so you can do those things and you have great character. We need you here to issue.
Oh, do give us a little bit of TikTok. Give us a little TikTok move. Ah, there it is. All right. Well, I'm glad we loosened it up a little bit because it is time. Coach Darrell Mosley, welcome to the championship rounds. This is the part of the show where Kevin and I, we compete. We go head to head, and you are now officially calling all the shots. Have you ever played a game called Would You Rather before?
I haven't.
All right, well, this is very simple. So Kevin and I will both pitch to you an idea or a concept. You select whichever one of those concepts you like most, and that host will gain a point. The first host to gain 2 points, or the best out of 3, will win this episode's game of championship rounds. And Kevin is coming off of a big win. He's coming off a big win. So I don't know. I feel you know who Headache is? You know who Headache is?
The basketball player?
Yeah, that's Arizona State. So I feel like I need to go Headache on this episode. You know what I'm saying? The hooping part of Headache.
I'm about to say.
not the other part.
Yeah, but hey, the other part got to get you paid too. We ain't getting paid.
Yeah, all right, Coach Mosley, here we go. Kevin, you up first.
All right, would you rather have a shoe made by Nike named after you and the proceeds go to multiple scholarships in your name, or
would you rather have the Darrell Mosley Award named after you, a Trailblazer Award, right? For somebody who's taking on the women's game, who works hard, who leads a team in the battle, but your legacy is spread through people being named after you for years and years and years to come.
I'm gonna have to go with the scholarships, man, because I just know me. I didn't have when I transferred, I didn't have that full rod, and I coached the situation, not having scholarships for student athletes, and so if any way we can help these kids get through school, I'm all for it.
Wrong answer, Coach. All right, here we go. Round number 2.
Would you rather host your own cooking show, and you're not the cook, you have people cooking for you, where you interview athletes and celebrities as they take you to their favorite places to eat in their hometowns, or
you get to show your defensive skills, host a YouTube basketball pickup series where you get to play professional athletes from the NBA and the WNBA in gyms that they grew up in while interviewing them?
I'm trying to lock some people up in their home gym.
All right, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying. Now we're cooking with grease, Coach. Let's go. Round number 3. Here we go. Round number 3. Would you rather go back in time? You had there was some sketchy stuff right there, Coach. You know what I'm saying? You had to overcome a lot. Would you rather go back in time knowing what you know now, but you get a chance to start your coaching career either earlier or at a different place, and I will give you the option to choose the school of your choice, or
fast forward 15 years and you're an established head coach, but now you have your own coaching tree full of head coaches and assistants throughout college?
I like the journey I've been on. I'm blessed where I'm at, so it's definitely just a coaching journey.
So you choosing Kevin's option?
Your option.
He chose yours.
Oh, my bad.
He pretty much said, B. Jones, he didn't want to fast forward.
Yeah, I'm not fast forwarding. I like the journey I've been on.
Hey, Coach Amos.
You got the belt back?
I got the belt back. And new Sports Life Talk champion of the world. Coach, reach out and touch that thing. That's real. Hey, look at that, Coach. You did that. Coach. And I'm going to tell you something. Kevin was backstage talking about how he would give you the business if y'all play one-on-one anyway. So I'm just telling you. You
you're not going to put that out there.
Kevin said he would lock you down.
You came on, so he
said he would embarrass you.
Hey, please,
I'm still practicing right now.
I did not say that, Coach. You know that I was talking to you backstage. He wasn't even on. So
Coach said he still got there. He still got juice, Kevin.
I'm maybe only good for once a week, but I'm getting out there with the scout team sometimes.
How tall are you, Coach? How tall are you?
I'm 5'11".
Okay, so what position did you play when you was playing? Point guard, shooting guard?
Point guard.
Yeah, that point guards be the defenders. Them always be the one, the hard working ones. All right, Coach Mose. Well, I just got to give you that nickname right now, because that's
Coach Mose. That's what it is.
Coach Mose. We doing the most right now. All right, so the title of the show is Sports Life Talks. You got next. All right, so it's all about you. Now we locked in with you. You part of the family. We following you. What can we expect in your journey, short term and long term?
Well, short term is to kind of get here and get things established at ASU, kind of help Coach A with her vision and her philosophy, just trying to, bring top-notch athletes, student athletes here to Arizona State and, get things rolling. Of course, future goals is to, kind of be a head coach again, but, I'm taking it day by day. The focus is now and, trying to make us a powerhouse in the Pac-12.
Yeah, B. Jones working.
Hey, that's a tough division.
Yeah,
Deal Barnes. You got Stanford with Tara. That's tough. That's a tough division.
We know. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, B. Jones, I'm trying to get his head coach on too, so we work.
Hey, let's do it. We got to.
All right, Coach. So do you have?
I mentioned it to her.
All right. Do you have any shout outs you want to give?
Shout out, and like I said, my guy, Coach John Hill. He's the one that, got me into business and gave me my first opportunity. Shout out to, Lincoln University, gave me my first start. Shout out to my parents, for sure, always pushing me and being there for me. And, shout out to Arizona State, those Sun Devils. We here to work, here to grind, and we ready to get things rolling.
So the season start, how soon do we have for the season to get kicked off?
First game, November 7th. We got a scrimmage next week.
It'll be a
scrimmage next week. So we're just trying to get everybody healthy and well and ready to go.
All right, Coach. So this is the part of the show where you get a chance to call the person that you think should have next. Tell them, hey, I got a chance to rock with B. Jones and KT. I told them my story. I want you to do the same thing. With that said, Coach, who are you giving your game ball to?
Well, you already mentioned her. My boss, Coach Natasha Adair, she's definitely someone you guys should hear from in her journey. Had several stops as a head coach. And, of course, don't want to tell too much about her. You want to hear from her. But just, every program she's taken over has been successful. And, for her to, be at this level, she's just a great mentor, a great head coach, phenomenal with just developing players and just, a very caring coach. She's a mother first. And so, I see why, student athletes love to come play for her. And so definitely somebody I would love for you guys to hear from.
All right. Well, Coach A, you are officially on the clock. We got to get you on the clock. We got to get you on the show so we can tell your story. What makes you so successful? Because everybody, now we on pins and needles. We got to hear this thing. But Coach Mos, hey, my guy, you are transcendent, man. You represent at a high level. I love your intensity. I love that passion, your selflessness, that sacrifice, that willing. You sacrifice for guys without a dollar invested in it. You just did it out of the love for the game. And Coach Mos, your career is going to be super bright. We watching you every day. You got two new brothers because Darrell Mosley, you got next. And I'm going to tell y'all, Sports Life Talk Nation, man, we appreciate y'all so much. Oh my God, it is a blessing every day that we get the opportunity to wake up and do these shows and to express and explore and just to put some new names on the map. And we couldn't do it without you. So this is the part where you become a hero, Sports Life Talk Nation. All right, so we need y'all to do us a favor. We got to keep this awesome momentum going. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button. Share this episode because that story was crazy. It goes a long way to say if you just go to stop thinking about yourself and what's in it for you and do something for others, good things gonna happen to you. That's the theme. And so share this story with some other people and don't forget to like, because every single like counts. That's what gets this show in the algorithm. That is what allows us to grow and get exposure to some people who may not even know about us. These kids out of Dallas having a good time and doing this show. Don't forget, we go live every Wednesday night at 8:00 p.m. Central Standard Time. It's a fun show. It's not just about sports. So all you ladies out there like, I don't want to talk about all of what we talk about relationships. We talk about fashion. I'm a big sneakerhead. I do a sneaker of the week. I'm telling y'all, it is a great show. Come kick it with us because we about to cancel 𝐿𝐤𝐤𝐿. So y'all can come be a part of that. Be in the comments and have some fun with us. And then plus I get to roast Kevin every week. And that's always a good time, right? But also go to our IG page at Sports Life Talk. Tag in 5 friends. We're gonna send out some new T-shirts. We want to put as much T-shirts out there as we can because we want to pay it back. We know that it's a cost for us to be a part of this, and we couldn't do it without you. So as appreciation, if you do something for us, we're gonna pay it back with a T-shirt. All right, Kevin, I'll let you close it out, man. You the head coach for a reason, man. Give out the game balls, or what we gonna do, bro? Close us out.
Man, I'm looking forward to getting Coach A on because maybe I can win championship rounds that show. I mean, I'm disappointed in my performance this show, but hey, Coach, thank you so much for rocking with us, man. It's been a blessing.
Absolutely.
Your story is amazing, and we can't wait to rock with you at the Final Four.
Oh, absolutely. This was awesome, fellas. I appreciate it.
Hey, Coach, they didn't believe in you. You needed that. All right.
God did.
God did. Hey. Sports Life Talk Nation. We love y'all. Stay safe. Be blessed. Respect each other and love one another because together we are better. And keep dreaming big because you never know. Your story may be the next one featured on Sports Life Talks. You got next. Yeet.
Salute, fellas.
See what's crazy is I knew you had next because you always working, you always grinding, you're in your bag because you're always working. Like in due time, I knew you got next.
you did it, huh? Crack the code. You got next, you smashing goals. You want next, you need exposure. Well, Sports Life Talk got the baddest show, like the baddest hot in the room. Podcast to tune into just for you to talk your shit. Talk your mushroom. You are what you eat and you should consume. Sports Life Talk from the late night to the afternoon, then rest repeat. Hit the like, leave a comment, or subscribe so you don't miss a beat. You got next is a small taste of a winning meal from a chef type of celebrity. What's up next is you, at least you better be. Yeah, you got next, yeah. I can feel it, you're a winner just like me. You got next, and what comes next? Tune in next time and you'll see. Cause if you got next, yeah, if you got next, if you got next, then you're just like me. If you got next, if you got next, yeah, if you got next, then you know where to be. I'm talking Sports Life, talking this.